Okay. So, where do I even start? Florida messed up, and I'm not even gonna put it bluntly. Florida, we're stupid. Like we're dumb. Like we're like the penis of the United States, right? We don't think. So now we're the epicenter of Corona. And, businesses were starting back up slowly, and now they're just going to shut down everything. And, I do a lot of self-work, spiritually, educational-wise, and physically, but I'm going stir crazy. I really don't know what to do about that, because we need social interaction. We need intelligent conversation. We need to express ourselves amongst our peers, right? And not only that, be able to go to see new things without having to be paranoid about wearing a mask. So I have no ability to go to the beach now because they shut it down completely. And I have no one to talk to on an intellectual level on a daily basis. So usually it's just me doing my own thing. I'm going to get some more water because I ran out before I start. So anyways, so the problem is just like, what do you do now? Like, you put in the work, you're learning, but you still need social interaction. So what is the solution to that? Because people respond to faces. So wearing a mask is kind of limiting, but at the same time, you don't want to make someone die inadvertently. So how do we fix this problem? Using art or game. So that's what we're going to think about today. I think that the type of thing we need it just wouldn't make sense. It's so complex to think about. I was thinking about it the other day, but what if we made something with ions? Ion bacteria eliminator, right? I don't know, like they have air purifiers. I'm gonna draw this out because I have an image in my head. But it's really tricky because in air conditioning, things can live in there, So I think what we need is a and I don't know why I'm developing this was supposed to be art, but whatever. I like making things. Is an ion, something with ions, but I don't know much about that. Infrared ion. Because the bacteria lives in the air, and I mean, everything we're doing, everything we're trying to do is just not working because, and not only are people stupid, but we're exchanging monetary money, which doesn't make sense in my head. Like, that's dirty. Like, we shouldn't have done that in the first place. But, well, you know, I'm looking something up. Yeah, so infrared would kill it, and something to do with an ion. I have to look what that is, but I really don't want to at this point, because I don't have the means to develop this in any form. So, but obviously, what we're doing is not working. This bacteria is relentless. So I think we're going to have to find a way just to live with it. Like, it's just going to be part of our life. So I think if we develop new technology that kills ions in specific places, like places where people gather, and also making sure people aren't presenting symptoms. Like, everyone would have to probably do like a blood test and then get a card saying like they're clean and they have the antibodies to fight the virus so that they can enter places. Would make sense to me. I don't know. Because I think we're thinking like this is like a simple bacteria, like it's eventually going to die out. I don't think that's going to be what this is going to be. I don't think it's going to go away because it's just so complex that bacteria mutates and adapts. So, and we're kind of slow when it comes to thinking on a mass scale. So I think this is going to be part of our life. So now, what is the solution to not go fucking crazy? I don't know. Since we're social, we're apes. We live in community. We have to be together. We have to do things together. We have to touch each other. And that's part of what I do as a spiritual healer and just a healer in general, like helping children and people. I can't touch anyone, and that's driving me crazy. I can't go up to someone and hug them anymore, and I hate that. So the only solution I see is just acting like we're going to live with this for the end of time and develop new technology, stop wasting time on bullshit. Like, get everyone to do a blood test and make sure that they have antibodies so they can't get it again. Maybe everyone gets blood tested every 3 months, every 6 months. And also doing that, they could donate blood, so that's important, you know. And that's the only thing that I can make sense. It makes sense to me, but I don't know. We're in this point where I can't comprehend that even though we have evidence that we're the epicenter of the virus in the United States, the people in charge, who are fucking idiots, still want children to go to school. And it's like, at this point, it's just retarded. I hate using that word, but, you know, that's the stupidest thing you can do. It's like having a bunch of marbles, and then you're just gonna throw more marbles at a high pace, and then they're just gonna spread, and then those marbles are gonna hit more marbles. You know, it's like they don't know. You know, they don't care to learn. I think the politicians in the United States, they just essentially have the title as politician. Like, that's my job, so I excel at it. But you can't be someone in power and not be educated in everything, such as science and math and reading. You know, everything affects everything. But, you know, what can you do? People are getting smart. Thankfully, they're protesting the mayors and the governors, and they're like, we're not going to put our children in school. Like, that's freaking stupid. So that's happening, but it's like insane. So anyways, a game that we can develop called, I think we're going to call this game Stir Crazy. And what can we develop this into a game that has nothing to do with what we were talking about, a solution to Corona, because that's way too complex and it's not going to work. So let's see. I'm going to look at different games and see if we can kind of get inspired from the art or the base game, but obviously enough to steal the game. It's so cheap. Okay. Can't get distracted with games. What? There we go. So I think something, I don't know why, I'm thinking of actually a game that is in a bowl, right? And in that bowl, there's something. So in the bowl, it's going to be a colorful pattern leading to a base that's flat. Because, you know, most bowls are like round, concave, or whatever. And then what is the purpose of that game? something to do with a spoon or something. I know what it is. I got it. So instead of a spoon, what it's going to be is a honey dipper. But this one is going to probably be like something that can grab things, maybe Velcro or a magnet, right? And in the bowl, it's going to be magnetic letters. Don't ask me why I do this. I have fun. So we're gonna have magnetic magnetic letters. So you have the letters. It's kind of like alphabet soup. Y. And some people like put words together. That's what I'm thinking. That's my inspiration. So you have magnetic letters in the bowl. You have the thing, and you have to get as many letters as you can, right? Based on a time limit, maybe. What is that? What is that other game called? Okay, I figured it out. So, why am I thinking Jenga? Scrabble. So essentially this is like a version of Scrabble, but Scrabble. But it's not. So you would have a bowl, you would be doing this, like stirring like crazy. That's why the game is called that. And then after the time limit is up, you have to make a word out of what you have. And I think the goal of this game is not to make a word that exists in any language. It's to make a word that doesn't exist. But make it believable that it could exist. So right. I see how this is going to go. So what happens is everyone has like a paper or pad, because those are easy. They get the letters and they don't tell anyone what they're writing, like what word they're making up, and they keep it private. And then they have to make a definition. And then I think when everyone has gone, you just throw everyone's definition in a mass pile, and then from how smart you are, pretty much, and articulate, oh God, articulate you are, so anonymous judgment. And everyone has to argue, everyone playing the game, because we can have as many people as you want. This game doesn't have like a limit of players. Excuse me. So you can figure out, you pretty much choose who has the best definition out of everything, like out of all of them. So then you win the game, pretty much. Like, which one is believable? And also creating social interaction and basically these all games are social interaction games. You know, there's board games at least. And I can make a prototype of this like super easy. So I need to find a bowl that has a base, like a flat base, and then I'll just paint it and make it. Magnetic letters. I need small ones. Anyways, so we can have like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, as many players as you want. There's really nothing. So players, obviously you want to have at least 2 to whatever, up to you. More people, more options, you know. So you have this alphabet soup, you have the wand that's magnetic, you take it down and you have to figure out of random what word to make, which stimulates thinking and out of the box thinking, which is important for children too, because my games are made for everyone. So, you know, then you have to figure out how to make the definition, which you have to make really believable. And you can't look at your phone. You can't use anything that can help you, which makes it harder. Which I'm going to put a note. No phones. No computers. You know, because you could do stuff quicker with a robot helping you, right? And then from there, the game goes however it goes, you know, like you can do multiple rounds. I think up to 5 would be good. Up to 5 definitions of what people choose. If not, the game would go like crazy. I love making games, right? And although my games aren't AAA or, you know, people are like going crazy about it, I still will continue to make games because I know what I want. So the whole point of games is just to make games and make them fun and enjoy the process. So, you know, it's never about profit when it's coming from an education standpoint and a social impact standpoint. Yeah. And I will have the original games when I can develop them, but this one I can do super easy. It's like super cheap. I can go to Goodwill, get a bowl, and it'll be like $10 or something to make this prototype, and we can actually play it in my house when I invite people over, so it won't go insane. So yeah, that's one game. Might as well make this a little longer. What else can we develop? It's always good when you're developing ideas and brainstorming. You have a big piece of paper. I had this for like 15 years and I never used it. But now I am, like, I'm using it a lot. So I feel like adding color to it. Yeah, so when brainstorming, you want to have something really big to draw out your ideas so that, you know, you have a visual view on what you're trying to do. Because if you keep all that information in your brain, you know, it's just too much. It's like, and you will also lose like the original idea if you walk away from it when you get that idea. Because sometimes I'm like, I'll do that later, and then I was like, what was I trying to do? Like, shit. So it's always good to write it down and develop the idea as much as you feel like, you know, and just have fun doing it. You know, that's the whole point. I don't want to be serious when it comes to making games. You know, I do have serious topics, but even though they're serious, I still want them to be fun, you know, and me having fun while doing it. I don't know. Weird, right? Except for like the really serious topics, like sex trafficking, and I mean, I'm still going to put my heart and soul in it, but you know, that's not a fun topic for anyone. So I think that the other ones that aren't too serious, like trying to educate people, I don't think there's a problem with having fun and doing it. So that's one game developed. I mean, the prototype, not the prototype, the initial design. And then we should continue. I have so many games that I have to develop. I don't know. We'll see. Brainstorming. So I obviously like to keep things separate. So I'm not going to draw on this. You know, I'm going to move it aside so then I don't clash my ideas. Because, you know, that's not good. And I'm going to get more water. Okay. Before I start on this other game, this is based off of Korean drinking games, Korean and Japanese. Before we delve into that, let me look it up. So I had a situation where someone mentioned that I should go back to school because I'm not using my degree. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, I was really offended. I was like, I use my degree every day. And then the ignorance is that just because it's a 3D animation degree and I'm not doing 3D specifically at this time, it's like I'm not using my degree. But if anyone pays attention to the videos that I post, it doesn't automatically be 3D. Like all these movies, all these games, it's not just okay. We have an idea. We're gonna make it into 3D like right away. Blah blah blah. We're not gonna do planning. We're not gonna do pre-production. We're not gonna draw the characters. We're not gonna develop the storyline. It's just bada bing. We're done. We have the final. We have this AAA movie, and and that really pisses me off. Like it really upsets me because it's really ignorant. So the whole thing about 3D is that you have different aspects. That's why I got into it. We have the psychology, the writing, the storyline, the character development, the 2D art. First you develop characters, you develop the story, you do the storyboard so that you can make a 3D movie or whatever you're trying to do. And even before you get to the movie section, you have to create the characters in 3D using a 2D sheet. It's not like I poop these things out, like people just shit them out and it's pristine and whatever, So that was quite upsetting, and I just needed to mention it because it's the mindset of a lot of people who don't have degrees in computer animation. And other things. But it's just ignorance. It's not like I made videos about trying to educate people how the process is made. I mean, did I post a video? Right? I guess not. So that's what frustrates me when someone has non-listening skills, and that's something in psychology. They do not listen, like they have no listening skills, and that drives me insane. Anyways, back to what we're doing. I don't regret my degree at all because I'm using it. So there is a Japanese drinking game that involves Pocky. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. So the Pocky Game is mostly played by drunk Japanese university students and involves the chocolate cup, blah, 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 Pocky, I'm addicted to Pocky. Okay, whatever. The Pocky Game is a very simple game for 2 players and several laughing spectators. Here's how you play. Take one Pocky stick. Each of the 2 players puts one end in his or her mouth and begins munching. The pair get closer and closer with each bite, creating an awkward intimacy like the famous spaghetti scene from Lady and the Tramp. The first person who chickens out, lets go of the Pocky, loses the game and has to down their drink. If the 2 players end up kissing, they are safe from punishment. That seems fun. Testing people's social proximity. Obviously, we can't do that now, but I'm just saying it seems fun. And why are we going to make a game like that? I don't know. Well, mainly because I'm a big flirt, so I look forward to playing it. But we're going to change it up. So before we start, we should have a name of this game. And I think before I even do that, I have this idea. Because I like making dating games for people. Like, I don't know. I'm really like into other people's love. Like, I get happy when I see other couples and like people that are like together. And when people make a love connection, like I really like that. I'm just weird. You know, other people get jealous and they get mean of other people's relationships. They're like, why can't I have that? And it's like, why can't you just be happy that someone's happy and just focus on yourself and what you don't have? You know, just stop being a butt. All right, we're going to look at Japanese words. Yeah, I feel like the word that I liked before, koi no yokan, which is the word that predicts love. And you can't really, I mean, you could define it if you wanted to, but these people are lazy when it comes to definitions. They don't try. So koi no yokan, and then the purpose of koi no yokan is just to have fun and be a flirt. You know, people like drinking because it makes it easier to flirt. I'm not much of a drinker, so, and also me drinking is kind of dangerous because I don't have control of my sexual nature. Not saying that I would molest anyone, but if I like someone and it's mutual, good luck. Anyways, so koi no yokan, instead of having Pocky, because you know it's kind of like, I'm not saying that we should really reuse it. You can clean it though. Like, we're gonna have something that's like okay, we have to think about this. So let me see. You know, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna draw something because you know that helps me expand. Okay. So the thing I was thinking was that it's like a silicone, not a tube because saliva will get in there, but obviously you can't eat silicone. But what we can do is like just a silicone wand, but not too big, obviously. And the length decreases, right? Okay, I see what I'm doing now. So you get a wand and you have to answer a question. And on the wand, there's going to be a bunch of questions around the diameter. And you have to choose one. But I think it should be the other person chooses it. You know, because people, you know, they choose easy questions. All right, so you get a wand. The other person you're with, because this is like a 2-person game, unless you're weird and you like 3 people involved or whatever. um, the other person chooses the thing that you're supposed to answer. And essentially, if you do not answer, you know, if you chicken out, you have to move, like let somebody else come in. So it is like a dating game, you know, like if you're not brave enough to answer a simple question in front of someone you like, then go take a break and then come back. I'm not like forcing anyone who's too shy, you know, because that's kind of mean, but like giving people opportunities to take a break, either come back or let other players come in. So, oops, let's do that. So no question answered. The initial one is the longest stick, right? Which is like, no, okay, I see what I'm doing. So all of them have different sizes, you know, because you can't eat silicone. So it's like that game of Fortune or something from China, where they put a bunch of sticks and whoever has the shortest stick or the stick that's a different color gets like good luck or something. I don't know. So we develop that. So each stick has a different length, but obviously we make it that you can't tell that in the box. And you choose one, and then you have to do something with it, which I haven't thought about. So let's think about that. So what we can do is, instead of choosing with your hands, you have to choose with your mouth. And then one person gives it to the other. And then the person who gave it to the other person, because I'm thinking male, female, just to make it easier for me, love interest, whatever, has to pick a question for the person that handed it to her, and then he has to answer. And if he doesn't, bye. And then if they do answer, they keep going. Until someone either kisses or, freaks out or whatever. So not too hard. Maybe silicone would not work with printing because it rubs off. So another material, but not rough because you don't want to use metal. That's going to hurt your teeth. And wood is porous, so you can't use that multiple times. But it looks like it's like, no, never mind. Could you print on silicone? I mean, you could have like a, what is it, emboss? Yeah, emboss. So maybe that would make sense. Because I don't want I don't want the things to rub off when you clean it, because obviously you have to clean it. But that's a simple game. That requires some printing, but not too hard to make. Just what are the questions that would be there to make people nervous? Let's look it up. What would make a guy nervous if a woman asked? I don't know. Mhm. I have this 21 hilarious questions to ask your partner to shake off a bad day. Let's see what it says, because I like funny things. I like making people feel awkward, but also making it fun. Yeah, I like these questions. Some of these, obviously, I'm not going to take, but like some of them I will. So one other question is, would you rather I be completely hairless or as hairy as a gorilla? I feel like that would make people super like, I don't know, because like what if your partner likes gorillas and like, I don't know. Um, would our children grow up to be 8 feet tall or 3 feet tall? Who would you play your love interest, aka me? Oh, okay, I get it. What do you like most that I do in bed? Well, obviously, that wouldn't work. Would you rather use whipped cream or hot fudge? I'm keeping that one. To make people feel weird. Oh boy. Did I just tell someone my kink? Whoops. It wasn't talking about sex. Oh boy. Anyways, what do you think is your best physical feature? I would change that to what do you think my best physical feature is? So then people can sweat, because if they say the wrong thing, like it's going to be funny. So that's interesting. What else do we have? What is the most sensitive part of your body? Oh. That is interesting. Yeah, I keep some of those. We don't need too much. I hate ads. Okay. Love couple questions. Love questions or whatever. These are more like couple. How about dating questions? Let's see. Would you rather questions are good? Actually, let me. Oh my god, just stop. Would you rather be snowed in with your crush or lay on the beach with your crush? I don't like the snow, but both sound good to me. Would you rather hit on someone much older than you or have someone much older hit on you? Well, that's really tricky because I get really old guys hitting on me like in their 50s and 60s, and it's kind of like that's my dad's age. Would I rather hit on someone much older? I don't know. I would rather have control of that situation than just get older men just like coming. Would you rather find true love or be rich? I am for true love. Would you rather go watch a movie or go watch the sunset? I prefer sunset because it's never the same. Would you rather kiss me in public or kiss me in private? That's so cute. I have no problem with either. Would you rather dress up for a night on the town or stay home in sweats? I'm versatile, so these questions would be great for people who are just starting to know each other. What? I don't understand this question. Oh, okay, I get it. Never mind. I was like, would you rather eat the food prepared by your mom or your boyfriend? Boyfriend. Would you rather be rich and ugly or poor and good looking? I'd rather be poor and good looking. You're on a desert island with a beautiful woman or man. Would you rather they are top half fish or they are bottom half fish? I don't know. I wouldn't. I would have to think. Would you rather have really weird dreams every single night, or you never have dreams again? I would rather have weird dreams like all night. Wrestle in a pool, or Jello, or chocolate pudding. A pool of Jello or chocolate pudding. I think Jello would be fun. Wrestling in Jello. Chocolate pudding is gonna get sticky. Jesus. Beat him up. So rude. Oop. Would you rather have a partner who's shy or one who makes you feel shy? Both. Would you rather go jogging together or go to the gym? I don't like the gym. It smells like man sweat. ball sweat. Would you rather go on a date to a fancy restaurant that's quite expensive or a cheap restaurant that's quite rowdy? Sorry, I have a hangnail. It drives me crazy. For me personally, I don't like loud places. I can't concentrate. Like, it's just too much stimulation for me. So if it's like super loud and people are talking really loud, like I can't concentrate on the person in front of me. Like, and that was a big problem when things were before Corona. Going somewhere that's really loud for me. It's too much. All right. Would you rather jog in the daytime together or take strolls at night? I like both. I take strolls like at 4 in the morning sometimes, in the evening, and at night. Would you rather your lover be one who likes to dress comfortably or one who likes to dress fashionably? I mean, that's not my business. So they can do whatever they want. Would you rather be with someone who's feared or someone who's loved by all? Feared, like a tyrant? I would rather someone who's loved by everyone. Why would I date someone who scares people? Would you rather have a lover who's obsessed with pets or one who doesn't like pets? That shit's not gonna work. I mean, how I have animals everywhere. Like my dog, my daughter is a dog. Okay, the, as soon as I know someone doesn't like animals, like I'll just be like, well, I can't date you, so bye. Would you rather try on your partner's clothes or have your partner try on your clothes? Wasn't expecting that. No comment. Would you rather date someone with no emotions or date a compulsive liar? How did they come to that conclusion that you want someone with no emotions, but someone who shows emotions is going to be a compulsive liar? Like, oh, I see. They want you to be the hard answer. So, I would rather date a compulsive liar who shows emotions. And being a liar doesn't mean you're showing fake emotions because it doesn't mention that it's a that would be a psychopath pretty much or sociopath. So yeah, I would choose compulsive liar, but no emotion. Someone who doesn't feel anything, like they're dead. Yeah. So that's what I would do. Would you rather be in a bad relationship for the rest of your life or have no relationship for the rest of your life? I would rather have no relationship for the rest of my life. If I'm in a bad relationship, no. I can live my life as a single, but if I'm here with someone who's awful, no. Would you rather ask for help or figure it out yourself? I do things on my own. I figure it out myself, and if I can't figure it out myself, I ask for help. I'm bleeding. Ow. Mm, this one's funny. This is my my humor. Would you rather fall in love with someone who's allergic to all your favorite food or someone who makes embarrassing dad jokes? I prefer the dad jokes because I find that hilarious. Like, because I make stupid jokes too. So I would rather have someone who's making me laugh than someone who's allergic to everything, because, I don't want to kill them. Would you rather hold my hand or put your arm around my waist? That's not really like a girl thing to put a hand around the waist. I would put my hand in the butt pocket, just that's what I would do. Would you rather your boyfriend keep short hair or long hair? I like long hair. Mm, I'm not much for short hair. I mean, I like all flavors, but I prefer guys with long hair. Would you rather follow your heart or your head while making important decisions about your love life? I follow my heart. I don't care about logic when it comes to love. Would you rather send your partner a good morning or a good night text? Why not both? I mean, makes sense to me, right? Would you rather stay friends with your ex or never talk to them again? It depends. If the ex is toxic, I don't want anything to do with them. But if we have a good mutual relationship, yeah, I'll be friends with my exes. Would you rather experience unrequited love or never know how it feels to be in love? I would rather experience unrequited love than never know what it means to be in love. Would you rather have one partner or several at once? One is enough for me. Would you rather keep searching for true love and keep getting heartbroken or give up after the first heartbreak? I would always search and get my heart broken. Well, it's actually not searching, it doesn't work that way. So if you're searching, you're going to get heartbroken. Um, I prefer it to be natural, not looking. I'm just living my life, enjoying myself. And if I were to give up on my first heartbreak, I wouldn't be here. So, no. Would you rather tell your guy the bitter truth or comfort him with lies? I will always tell the truth. I'm blunt and I'm not going to lie to someone. Would you rather marry a doctor or an athlete? I mean, I don't really care. Um, Dependent on what the doctorate is it something that resonates with me? So I would prefer a doctor, but it really doesn't matter what they do. Would you rather? Would you rather to chat with me? That doesn't make sense. Would you rather chat with me? You don't need to. With me all night long, or prefer calling for a smaller duration? I hate talking on the phone because I connect to people looking at them. So it's really like something I want to do. If I like the person, I would do it, and do it as long, you know, as they want. Would you rather have many kids or just one? I mean, that's really up to me what I decide. So. Would you rather date someone who's highly ambitious about their career or someone who cares more about passions outside of work? To me, those are mutual. I think if you are highly ambitious and it's your passion too, like you've merged them, then why not both? I don't know why people think that your career can't be your passion, like, because, It's kind of boring if you're just doing it to make money. So, would you rather be with someone who wants to start a family in a very near future or someone who would like to wait a few years to really figure things out? How I think if they're waiting a few years to figure things out, you don't have to be in a relationship with them because they should have figured it out on their own and they don't have to bring someone and waste their time, like thinking like, I don't know if you're the one, but we got married and I don't know. Then get the fuck out and go find someone else, like work on yourself and I'll do my own thing. Like, don't waste my fucking time. And I know people are like, well, you got to make sure. And it's like, make sure for how many years? 10 years, 20 years. And then you're in your 40s and you can't have children anymore. Like, get the fuck out. Like, just leave. Do you want to be with someone who's confrontational and places the problem right on the table, or someone who approaches issues between you in a more careful, gentle way? I think the bottom part is better because, I mean, you can do both, but it depends on how you do it. But like, I don't consider confrontation negative. Sometimes I have to go up to people and but you really have to be really careful if you show aggression, pretty much. But if it's just like, hey, you did this and it pissed me off, we have to talk about it, then whatever. Would you rather date someone who's interested in a very active social life with parties and events and activities every other night, or someone who's more of a homebody and prefers to stay in with you or hang out in smaller, quieter groups? I can do both, but I have like a limit. I don't want to be out every night partying and freaking doing shit because that's exhausting. I'd rather be a homebody and go to smaller places, smaller venues, smaller groups. Would you rather go on a, I like this one. Would you rather go on a date with Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse? I like Bugs Bunny. He's a trip. Bugs Bunny is just really hilarious to me. Would you rather know every secret your spouse has, or are some secrets better left uncovered? I mean, if you're in a relationship with someone, you shouldn't really have secrets, unless it's like throwing a party secretly or buying gifts secretly for that person. But I think if anything important is a secret, then you're not really comfortable in that relationship. So would you rather skip work? Oops. Would you rather skip work for a romantic date or date for office work? What? I would rather skip work and take a day off. I'm not gonna date for work or whatever it means. Would you rather go watch a movie, or you already asked that question? Would you rather watch a fireworks show or go watch a musical? I prefer musicals. I mean, I like both, but with fireworks, it's really dangerous where you do them, because if you do them in a community, you can trigger people, you can trigger animals. So I don't want to do that. What are you? What? Yes. Are you? Yes, of course you can. What? You little pony. Your eyes itching. Go. Here, go there. Okay. Would you rather draw pictures in sand or look for pictures in the cloud? I like both, so I don't know. Would you rather become someone else or just stay you? I would rather be myself. What? Don't even start. Would you rather be on a survival reality show or a dating game show? For me, I think that the dating game show, like, is going to be a survival show for the person that's trying to date me because, like, I'm just gonna like throw everything I know at them. I want them to suffer so I know if they're reliable or not. So I prefer survival shows because I want to see what my limits are in surviving in nature. So would you rather choose tenderness or compassion or passion? Isn't that both? I don't know. People are weird. Okay, would you rather lie and say the food your partner cooked is yummy or secretly feed it to the dog under the table and say nothing? That's freaking rude. What an asshole. I mean, I would bring it up, like, but I would not lie about it. I'd just be like, let's just cook together and we'll make a meal together. Like if you're bad, I'll teach you how to cook. So, whatever. Would you rather go shopping alone or together? I like shopping. Um, Not really. I don't really like shopping, but I would want to go together so I can show off. Would you rather get married or date infinitely? I would rather get married. I'm not going to date forever. That's weird. Would you rather be with your someone who overly sensitive or overly insensitive? I prefer someone who's sensitive. If they're insensitive, I'm going to murder them. So no. Would you rather your parents hated your partner or your parents hated your parents or your partner hated your parents? Um, I think I prefer my parents hating my partner because I really don't care what they say. So, would you rather date someone who has the same religious orientation as you, or you would not mind at all? I have no problem with that. But if they try to use their religion, their beliefs to manipulate anything, then I do have a problem with that. If your soul has a terminal disease, would you rather you know but they don't, or they know but you don't? I would rather know. If you were to die tomorrow, would you rather be with your your SO, or your family today? Um, I would be with my SO. Some people would be like, "What?" But your family is like, my family had enough time with me. They had my whole life. So, would you rather have your partner look through all your texts and chats, or your employer look through all your texts and chats? Well, why would my employer look through that? So I'd rather have my partner. So, would you rather be with someone who is afraid to lose you or someone you are not afraid to lose? I would want to be with someone I'm afraid to lose because if I don't feel like I could lose them, it's like then you won't try in the relationship. So, would you rather live forever and watch your loved ones all die, or live a short life and die before all your loved ones? People die. That's just part of life, and it's all perception, right? No, do I want to see people die that I love? No, but I know that's part of life. Would you rather be with someone who's overly optimistic or overly pessimistic? I like someone who has optimism. And that's it. I think those answers are pretty good. And I'm going to save this. I mean, not my answers, I mean the questions. Why can't I send it to? And I'm going to develop that. I don't know who that is. Who is this? Who is it? Oh, it's my neighbor. I know. He's not even up yet. So, anyways, yeah, so that's going to be developed. I'm going to print out those questions. And that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Right? Developing ideas and making things, takes a lot of work. But most people think that it's just so easy sometimes. I mean, some of it's kind of easy. It just comes to you naturally. But when it comes to major final production, anything that is amazing takes a team, takes years of work, bleeding and crying and going crazy. So it's not like it's easy. And I think people who think it's easy are really disrespectful towards the individual, the creator, the craft, and very ignorant. And I don't like that. I really don't like people telling me that my degree is useless. Sometimes I used to say that, but saying that anyone can do it, I would like to see that. When people say that, I'd be like, okay, well, you're gonna make a full motion picture, a 3D picture, and good luck. Because it's not easy. I lived and breathed animation. I lived and breathed school from 8 in the morning till 12 at night. Weekends, cried my ass off when things didn't work, when I lost renderings, when my computer crashed and it lost everything I did that I worked for hours, so it's not easy, and that's just ignorance. But anyways, I hope you had fun, and thank you for watching. Are you gonna say anything, Chapman? No? Me. And yeah.